One of the questions I'm often asked is this: why in the world did God put the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the Garden of Eden? Think about it. No tree, no choice, no sin. Now, I want you to think about that last part. No tree, no choice, no sin. But there is another side to that observation. I would argue no tree, no choice, no love. You see, in order for love to be possible, Adam and Eve had to be free to say no to God. And that freedom to love God or to say no to God was represented by that tree. Once again, it was C.S. Lewis who once asked, why would God create beings who could say no to him, knowing the pain and the suffering it would cause if, in fact, they did say no to him? Here's what Lewis concluded. In order for love to be possible, people have to be able to say no to God. If we're not free to choose, then we're not free to love. You and I know the truth of this. I want you to imagine that one day somebody walks up to you and they pull out a knife or a gun and they order you to love them or they're going to kill you. Could you in that moment love them? Of course not. You might say that you love them and you might do everything in your power to convince them that you love them. But in fact, you can't love them while your life is being threatened. And by the way, who would want a relationship like that? None of us would want that. So what makes us think that God, in whose image we are made, would want that kind of relationship for himself with us? All of us want authentic, intimate, and loving relationships. So what makes us think that God, who is the source of all love, doesn't want the same in his relationship with us? So in order for love to be love, we have to be free to reject any and all offers of love, regardless of the consequences. This was the love offered to the angels in heaven, and it's the same love that was offered to Adam and Eve. The problem was they were deceived into believing a lie. The Bible says that God never changes, but neither does Satan. And he used the same tactics on Eve that he used on the angels in heaven. He changed the way she saw God. Eve, did God really say that? Do you know why he said that? Do you really trust and believe that he loves you when in fact he's trying to keep something from you that could turn you into a god? Eve, God can't be trusted. He isn't for you. He's trying to keep something really good from you. Before Satan spoke to Eve, she believed that the tree was bad and God was good. But Satan convinced her that now the tree was good and God was bad. And the moment she changed her picture of God, that was the moment she fell, and that fall led her into sin. And what we will find in God's response to that sin is a God who still loves us. But more about that tomorrow. Again, have a look at your lesson. I'll see you tomorrow.